We have a presentation, and the representative is from Qlik. He is head of its enterprise sales leadership for the UAE, and with more than 15 years' experience, he has worked with the top 10% of companies in the region. Please give a very warm welcome for our next presentation to Zee Hussain.
Thank you. Hi, good morning, everyone. My name's Zee Hussain. I'm responsible for leading the UAE region at Qlik for enterprise customers. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. I know I stand between you and your next coffee, so hopefully this will be productive and useful. Some of you may know Qlik as a visualization tool. Some of you may know Qlik View product, may have heard of that. Some of you may know Qlik as Qlik or Qlik. It's pronounced Qlik, but we'll accept Qlik or Qlik. But this might be the first time you've heard of Qlik. So Qlik was founded over 3 decades ago, almost 3 decades ago, in Lund in Sweden, and now has over 50,000 customers globally, working with over 1,700 partners. And in this region alone, we have over 500 customers. So we have experience in thousands of data and analytics-led projects. And that's what I want to speak to you about today. How can Qlik help you and your organizations activate your data, and in doing so, creating certainty in an uncertain world? Let's dive in. A lot of this is, we've seen throughout yesterday, throughout today, we've heard that the data challenge is real for many organizations, and we've heard that for many years now. During the sessions yesterday, it was mentioned, during the breaks, in conversations with customers, but with billions of dollars of market investment, the data and analytics projects that have been implemented by enterprises, they've only got limited results and limited value from that. We can see here, sorry, that was a slide ahead. Despite making significant investments, less than half of organizations have actually enough data available. And we can also see less than a third of executives are able to achieve the transformational business outcomes using this data. And just over a third of the executives see poor data literacy and skills as a roadblock to their success. But it doesn't need to be this way. Let's take a look at what best-in-class organizations, those who have done it right, what have they seen and why? Almost three quarters have seen operational efficiency improved. There's an IDC survey which also states that majority of businesses with a strong data and analytics pipeline reported that powerful business outcomes they achieved with active intelligence. Some of those that included seeing and immediately being able to respond to trends in real time, reinventing their business strategy and processes and products for a digital world, and be able to collaborate beyond the historical barriers by bringing together all operations across a business, and finally accelerating their business outcomes, and doing so through gaining trust in the business. But what's behind this gap? This is what Qlik sees traditionally, separate tools and domains. We know that the biggest obstacles as an industry that we have faced is the compartmentalization of IT, of data integration and business intelligence, with IT typically responsible for the data integration and the business responsible for getting value from that data and the business intelligence respectively. This siloed approach creates a lack of alignment between the two teams. And I'm sure a lot of the people in this room and within your organizations may have experienced this or are experiencing this today, where the CIOs and the IT organization they try their best to make the data available, but it's not always aligned with what the requirement is from the business to make the decisions real time, to make the decisions that they need. And also, it's what we also call passive BI, where the results that they have given or the BI that's provided from the business, it's not up to date, it's not live, it's not real time. It's not providing you the answers you need, it's providing you answers to something that's already happened, to the event that's already taken place. So what is our approach, and how does Qlik help bringing together the IT and the business? So as I said, typically the result is that IT has more data than the business really feels is accessible. And it leaves a small intersection, as we can see there, of the gap for IT and the business to drive the value together, making it harder for the IT to demonstrate the value. So the result is not optimal for the IT, and it's not optimal for the business as well, and sometimes creates some conflict and some friction between the teams. So at Qlik, our approach is to combine these two together into one unique end-to-end analytics data pipeline, streamlining the delivery of data directly so that we can maximize that value that the business needs. And in short, that's the path to the ROI of the lower TCO and the value that executives expect today. So what is the analytics data pipeline and how does it work? Again, we heard yesterday and today this morning that one of the biggest challenges faced by organizations is freeing their data, right? So there's too many data sources, there's too many systems of record, there's too many CRMs, there's too many applications, they're all sitting all over the place. It may be a company that's grown through M&A and everyone has their own baggage and their own system. So the first step of the analytics data pipeline is to freeing that data through multiple sources, whether it's on-premise, on the cloud, multi-cloud, to allow that data, that raw data, to be taken and continuously deliver that data where it needs to be, reflecting those changes in real time. The next step in the analytics data pipeline is finding that data. So organizing that data, governing that data through Qlik's catalog, and also freeing the data so users can easily find it. This is when the data becomes analytics ready. At the next stage, this is when users can begin to really understand the data, use descriptive, prescriptive analytics, take power of Qlik Sense, and the advantage to uncover richer insights and outputs that the business needs. So at this stage, the data is business ready, meaning there is some business logic applied to that data. Let's take a look at the next stage. So finally, it's actioning that data, arguably one of the most critical stages when it comes to your data pipeline. It's being able to take action. It's the active intelligence, and it's key to this entire process. So users can collaborate with other users. They can access the application on their mobile, on their iPad, on the go, with alerts and intelligence being pushed to them, rather than them having to go away and find that. So it becomes dynamic, and it's actionable. Finally, the automation and orchestration closes the gap between the insights and the informed action, as I mentioned previously. And in summary, that's the data pipeline that effectively transforms the data into informed action and really enables the active intelligence for organizations. So at Qlik, we do this through our robust portfolio of data and analytics services, all delivered into one platform in one cloud, and I'll take you through this briefly. So it's powered by our foundational services, which includes everything from our AI, our associative engine, allows users to collaborate, develop, and open APIs, all fully governed, secure, and with our catalog and lineage. But the key thing is, on our data services, Qlik delivers hybrid data services, delivers data warehouse automation, transformation, application automation, but also the analytics services. And to be honest, I was surprised. When I joined Qlik just over a year ago, I was surprised to know that Qlik has so many things within its portfolio that customers can leverage, not just a visualization tool, and not just Qlik spelt with a Q. We can see on the analytics services, the embedding analytics and the alerting and taking the action, all while being fully scalable, fully governed, and fully secure. So why do customers choose Qlik? First, it's critical to look holistically at what Qlik offers, as I mentioned. It's the full end-to-end, arguably the only vendor that delivers the full end-to-end data analytics pipeline, allowing you to leverage active intelligence with real-time data where you need it, when you need it, to make the decisions that matter most to your organization. And we do this because our customers tell us that complexity, self-service, governance, scalability, and predictability of cost are all of the things that Qlik can holistically address end-to-end. And the result of that, of course, is the lower TCO and higher business value. And Qlik has also been a leader for 12 years in the Gartner Magic Quadrant and continues to do so. Before I finish, I want to take a quick look at a short video. But what I also want to mention is, before joining Qlik and prior to that, I was also at Gartner for a few years. I did have the honor to meet with Doug Laney and some of his work and some of the things when he spoke about analytics. In this next video, you'll see a lot of those areas and the priorities that are critical to organizations are touched upon by one of our organizations, one of our customers, one of our many customers, SAHA, the Abu Dhabi Health Authority, and how they've got benefit and value from Qlik. So we'll take a look at this next video.
For an organisation like Saha, which is the major healthcare provider in the UAE, we're a really large organisation with many hospitals, large and small, many clinics. So we have a huge amount of data. And the main issue for us was the assimilation of that data into a clear, focused way that we can use for better decision making. And that's where Qlik has made a real difference.
We try to be best in class. We want to be the top-notch provider clinically and operationally, because it's not only educating ourselves on how we are operationally, it's also educating our stakeholders, because there's really, and I say this respectfully, not a fair benchmark in this market to Saha. We're the safety net provider, we're the academic provider, we're the teaching environment, we're the trauma environment, and we take care of the patients that otherwise would have fallen through the cracks.
Data is one of the most, if not the most important day-to-day tools that we have to utilize in a better way so that we can plan our existence accordingly.
What happens when people know that this information is available, we're using it, it actually creates a sense of importance about doing the right thing, and it changes behavior in a good way.
We have targets that we set ourselves. We have other targets that are mandated by our stakeholders, such as the Department of Health. And they're monitoring our performance as well. They want to know how we're doing. Are we a quality provider and meeting the needs of our community? And all those have indicators of performance, and those are the data elements that roll into these kinds of applications with Qlik.
But using Qlik, we've developed a number of specific clinical productivity apps. It covers the broad spectrum of our organisation. So we have clear health-related applications.
And again, it doesn't necessarily make your decision for you, but it provides you resources to make what I would call an educated decision.
We lacked a single platform where we could access all this information that we collect, say, from our electronic medical record, from our incident reporting database, and really Qlik has allowed us to do this. So it pulls from several databases into one single repository, and it really allows us to slice and dice the data and see the information that we really need.
And everybody works all together because you're all dealing with the same data source. That's so important. That's probably the biggest thing, is that there are so many systems that are out there. And so this kind of a system allows everybody, whether you're looking from the chief medical officer or quality officer level to a financial level to an operations level, you're looking at the same fundamental statistics.
It allows us to identify, say, the top 5 incidents reported within our facilities. It flags the important issues for us and allows us to have customized action plans, not only, say, per facility, but also at a system level, because this is our role as corporate quality department, is to have kind of an overall view of our performance at Saha. Qlik has really allowed us to do this and has minimized the manual work that goes behind data collection and submission.
We're on a journey of transformation from a highly subsidized government organization to, for in most intents and purposes, a private enterprise that's going to be expected now to compete in the open market. We need to make a lot of efficiency changes in order to achieve that objective. So there's a lot of pressure to make impacting change. And you want to do it in a fair, above board, honest, and transparent fashion to make operational changes, the process, the personnel, to whatever it may be. And so there's a sense of urgency, and there's a sense of expectation that you're going to have the right information to draw conclusions to make very difficult decisions. The expectation of this process is saving lives and the quality of life along the way.